Hello, everyone, and welcome to TheWatcherAl Plays. Today we are going to be getting into Total Annihilation, one of my favorite old-time games. Uh, we have been, or rather, I've been futzing with the capture settings to make sure that I can give everyone the best gameplay possible, and we have finally got a stable build to work on. So we're going to be playing Total Annihilation. We're going to be starting off with the standard campaign on the core side. And this is going to be a patched version, and it actually is patched beyond 3.1, which was Cave Dog's official patch, latest patch. This is the GOG downloadable, no CD version. It comes with the 3.1 patch, the standard game, both of the expansion packs. Now, I have all of the games on CD, and I could get the standard game to install. I could not get the patches to install, or the expansion CDs. I'm running a Windows 7 64-bit system, and those don't recognize, even with compatibility mode, they will not recognize Windows. They won't install. So I was forced to find a different way around that. So then there's a site that's called Total Annihilation Universe, or TAUniverse.com. And they came out with an unofficial 3.901 beta patch. And it builds upon Total Annihilation's original 3.1 patch. This 3.9.2 patch comes with 6 downloadable units, 16 downloadable maps, a demo, what they call the TA demo recorder, which is pretty much replays. It also comes with all new map feature packs, no CD patches, unit size limit increased from the 500, the 150, and the 5,000, the sound fix, pathfinding fix, multiple. It can now support multiple cores, and I'm running on 8 cores right now. So there's a lot of good things that this new patch gives, and I'll have the link to the patch in the description of this video when it goes on YouTube. Now, I have tested this. It does work. First, we're going to watch the intro movie, and then we'll be back to the gameplay.
What began as a conflict over the transfer of consciousness from flesh to machines escalated into a war which has decimated 1 million worlds. The core and the arm have all but exhausted the resources of a galaxy in their struggle for domination. Both sides now crippled beyond repair, the remnants of their armies continue to battle on ravaged planets, their hatred fueled by over 4,000 years of total war. This is a fight to the death. For each side, the only acceptable outcome is the complete elimination of the other.
start our new campaign. Go with the core side. And we're going to cycle down here to core campaign. This is the battle tactics, and this is the expansion, the core contingency. We're going to go with commander reactivated, and we're going to be on the hard setting. Let's go ahead and start it.
Towards the end of the war, a series of key strategic victories shifted the long-standing balance of power in favor of the armed rebellion. Control over the few significant concentrations of resources left in the galaxy gave the arm a crucial edge over the core. Outmaneuvered and outgunned, core forces everywhere were systematically wiped out. Finally, all that remained of the once proud empire was its command center, the planet Core Prime. Core Prime too would have fallen were it not for the unmatched skill of the sole surviving Core Commander. A shrewd tactician and ruthless warrior, the commander repelled every arm attack to approach the Core homeworld. Despite superior numbers, armed forces were unable to overcome the commander's cunning defense. The stalemate ended when armed forces somehow made their way undetected onto Core Prime. At the time of the initial invasion, the Core Commander was undergoing routine maintenance and was deactivated by the arm before a response could be mounted. The arm had known precisely where and when to strike. The enemy had arrived.
Now, some of you may recognize that voice. I believe that it's the same narrator from Planetary Annihilation. Obviously, Total Annihilation came out first, so I was very happy to hear that he was narrating for Planetary Annihilation. Someone can correct me in the comments if I'm completely wrong, or if they just found someone whose voice matched. So, the armed vermin have made planetfall on Core Prime. A small group has caught the commander during maintenance and has deactivated him. Destroy all armed vermin so that the commander can be reactivated. Intel tab. The probability of ARM being on the Core Prime is nil, yet here they are. Then it tells us to destroy all ARM units. Do so now. And honestly, I wish more games well, not Planetary Annihilation, they don't do that, but Total Annihilation does this narration bit, and so does Supreme Commander. Another great game. So let's go ahead, and you can also see in the upper right, it says the wind speed and the gravity. This game does have physics, so the wind speed's important to know, and the gravity is also important to know because it will affect battle sometimes because shots will go longer or shorter, and the wind speed can also generate power, so that's important to know. If the wind speed is nil, don't bother building solar generators, or don't bother building wind generators because you won't get power out of them. Alright, let's go ahead and jump into it. Alright, so this is our first mission. We move by left clicking, or we can hit the A key to give them an attack command, but they don't attack move, or they kind of attack move on their own. This is the only army I've got right now. I've got to destroy all armed forces, and I don't have to get to the commander, but I need to. This is just a search and destroy them all. So what I've got is 3 missile bots, a light tank, a medium tank, and 1 missile bot, and 2. They're kind of like little bikes with lasers, or little dune buggies with lasers. They're not very strong. What are you guys doing? The pathing's a little off, and you can tell how hurt a unit is by whether it's smoking or not. This guy's move command. Come on. You right click to actually deselect a unit. You left click to select it. cost much. What I really want is I want my big tank to go forward. Come on, big tank. No. Get up there. You can see that's a Stumpy. Move forward. These guys are weak than my raider, so I'm gonna want my raider to go first. Good. There we go. Should only be 2 more units left. Go up. Then you go up. Come on. Like I said, the pathing's a little silly in this. There we go. And that sound means that we've won. Okay, so we've got a thumbs up. Means we're ready to go on to the next level.
The core was surprised by the arms having reached the planet's surface without detection. Central consciousness, an enormous collection of linked minds located on Core Prime itself, directed that the planetary security mind cluster be scanned for anomalies. Meanwhile, armed forces continued to appear in increasing numbers. The Core commander, now reactivated, immediately launched into action.
Okay. Intel tap. A nest of armed vermin has been located. They have established an untidy K-bot lab in Plaza B206. Build a base and a vehicle plant. Produce sufficient units to eradicate the armed vermin. Build a vehicle plant and destroy all armed forces. Now, the red text is really what your mission is. Do so now. Go ahead. Our wind speed is in the 700 range, and our gravity is 1. Okay, so let's jump into it. There's our commander. The first order of business, since we're on Core Prime, everything is metal. You can see up here, I've got 1,000 metal storage, and I've got 1,000 energy. I'm increasing my metal by 0.1 and increasing my energy by 0.26. Now, I haven't built anything. That's all coming from the commander. The commander automatically gives you 0.1 and 0.25. Now, unlike Supreme Commander, you cannot upgrade your commander. So your commander is what he is. If he detonates, it's a nuclear explosion, and it will normally tank your storage unless you've actually built storage. Now, you can see that there are these gray things, and that means that I can't build them yet. And these are technically expansion units, but okay. So our first order of business is to get energy and power. So let's take our commander, and this is what back in 1995 they had for Unicos, and no, the mouse scroll wheel doesn't do anything. There we go. That is a metal extractor, a basic level 1 metal extractor. Now, you'll see that the metal extractor is pulling in 2 plus 3 and using 3 energy. And you can see that my energy is starting to go up and down. So the only thing I can build for energy is solar collectors. They were very green-minded in 2005. Or, sorry, 1995. So let's go ahead and get... Oop. Some energy collectors. Now, I've been told that if these buildings are... Now, what's actually kind of nice is when these buildings are under attack, they'll actually close up. And they actually take less damage if they're closed than when they're open like this. So they do actually defend themselves in a sense that, you know, they try to, you know, not get destroyed so easily. You can see the commander. Now, the D gun, this is the first instance of the D gun. The D gun will kill anything in the game. Really doesn't matter what it is. One shot from the D gun is usually enough to kill it all. But the D gun takes an incredible amount of power. So unless you have a huge power store, you're not going to be able to fire your D gun constantly. And you don't really ever send your commander in to a battle unless you absolutely have to. So now we've got 4 power generators. I'm going to start building my vehicle plant. Now I can't pre-select the vehicle plant, and I can't start pre-selecting units to build out. But that's fine. Should be done momentarily. Oh, there's our first customer. Let's use the D-cannon just to show you all. That's the D-cannon. And you can see that, and let's finish that. The buildings that you are building and you stop will slowly degrade themselves. Now you can see that my commander's hurt, and you can see that his energy is right now using 5. He is self-repair. So he will use a little bit of energy to heal himself. He actually doesn't use any mass to heal himself, which is always quite interesting. Alright, so these are my units. That's a building build bot, and this guy, he is the basic little dune buggy thing with a laser. That's our light tank, and this is the radar. That's the medium tank, and this is our missile launcher. Missiles. Now, in this game, missiles can hit both air and ground. One of the few things that I absolutely love. In most games, you have an air defense tower, a dedicated air defense tower, and a dedicated land defense tower. In this game, if you build land defense, they will all try to defend you. So it's great. And this is the siege breaker. This is the giant cannon on wheels. And that is a landmine. And landmines are great in this game. I'm not sure if they're an expansion piece, but let's go ahead and build 5 units of this and 5 units of the main tanks. Now that's another thing you can at least queue up in that sense. One of the first games I believe you can do, and you can set a move order to the station, so anything that's built will move to that area. Now, unfortunately, like I said, I can't build builders, so I can't build any of these other buildings. But let's at least get a basic laser system up as a defense. We don't know where they might come from. And these are your main anti-air weapons when you send in an army, and your main anti-ground. They'll fire at ground as well. And sometimes you can actually select whether or not they'll engage ground or air. And that's your basic. Hold fire, return fire, and fire at will. And what return fire says is, if I see them, I won't fire at them. But if they fire at me, I'm going to fire back. So that's really good. Like, if you're sending units in and you want to be sneaky, they'll hold fire until you're like right in their midst, and then they'll open fire. Like, you can tell them to open fire. Uh, this game doesn't have like an auditory warning system. It doesn't. It doesn't say your commander's under attack. I believe it just says it's either an alarm or just a bunch of noises that you have to cue into in your mind that, oh, that means that I'm under attack. This game does have nukes and anti-nukes, and they're always going to be fun. The AI in this game does not go nuke happy. I don't actually remember this. I don't even know if this game, no, this game's AI can nuke. But again, it does not go super nuke happy. There are big guns in this game um, that we'll get into when we actually can build them. It won't be for a long time. So these are our light laser towers, and I'm just building them as a basic defense here. Now I know that my energy is tanked, and that's because these laser towers actually do take quite a lot of energy to build, and I'm only generating 1009, and I'm trying to ask the commander to build with, and use 2000, or sorry, 219. So yeah, I do need to build more solar generators. And I'll probably build. I do try to keep my base nice and neat. Sometimes it can't be helped. Here they come. So one thing that this game got right that they really haven't gotten right in a lot of other games and later is the unit explosion animation. If you notice, it has the same kind of visual effect that the very old Windows Solitaire used to have. When you beat a game in Solitaire, the cards would all bounce out and have that kind of shutter animation. The units, when they explode in this game, also have that kind of animation, which I think is a nice touch. Now, you can see that little spot right there. That's a destroyed unit that I can suck up and gain metal from. But I'm not really starved for, well, I am starved for metal, and I'm pretty good for energy, so let's see. When this guy is done, when the commander is done, I'll have him build some more metal extractors. Come on. Go this way. Build it right there. I should probably build a laser. I don't remember. It's been so long since I've played this game. I don't remember where they all attack from, and because they're on hard, probably have a different script. Unfortunately, this is not randomly generated, so they're all scripted the same. So now I've got some decent mass income. Let's get a laser tower going here. If I could build a radar tower, that would be great, but you can actually tell how good an extractor is doing by how fast it's spinning. And it does actually change sometimes. You'll see an extractor slow down and speed up. We'll see if 5 medium tanks and 5 missile launchers can. I can't build a K-bot, and these are the only K-bots I have. I have 1 missile and 2 laser K-bots, so I don't want to waste those if I don't have to. Animation of the buildings locking up, you know. Because again, they take less damage if they're locked up like that than when they're producing units. And yes, units can be destroyed inside. Like if something shot in there and it exploded, the unit that's being built could be destroyed, and the building also takes damage. Okay, so let's, just for safety's sake, let's build one more, and then we'll tell everyone to head on over here. Alright, let's see what I can do with this little army here. So we'll sweep down and to the left. Again, I don't remember where their base is. So. Build missiles. Have you move there as well. The commander will just sit there. So, while we build our second attack force. Unfortunately, all the units are going to make that noise every time I give them a move command. Okay, nothing down there. Now you might be asking, well, why are you giving them so many move commands? Well, like I said before in the last video, the pathing's a little futzy, so. Really don't want these missile trucks going forward ahead of everything else. So the S command is stop, and as you saw, there was a slowdown effect. Sometimes things can move faster, speed up, or slow down, and stop and start faster than others. But that's one thing that this game does seem to do really well. It's, if things are heavier, does it take it a longer time to get up to speed? Whereas if something's light and quick, act like it's light and quick. Nothing down there, so let's go this way. Now these vents are, I think, the first instance of hydropower that you could build in these kinds of games, because I know that in Supreme Commander they introduced also these hydra spots that you could build power plants on and get extra power out of. Okay. Well, to the left is my base. Let's go up. See what's down this corridor. As you can see, my units are all kind of bunched up, and my missile trucks are way ahead of my tanks. I'd really rather have my tanks in front of my missile trucks. Obviously, my tanks would do more damage and take more damage than missile trucks will. So far, nothing. Oh. It's okay, bot. Technically taking damage. There we go. Oh, that's a dead end. Alright, let's go down this main corridor here and see what we get. Let's go up. Okay, let's go right. Go to the right. Sound. Alright, that's a little better. Now I can double click on a unit and select all that type of unit. So I just told all my tanks to go in. Oh, there's a building. That's their version of the light laser. Pretty much, I think, actually the exact same. Tanks will spread out here. Truck's working. That's their metal extractor. Now you watch, see it will close up, and it does that automatically. So that's cool. Let's get that tank out of there. Okay, so that means it's destroyed. Let's see the explosion. I'm not sure what that guy's going after, but let's get all these guys moving. Okay, so there we go. So that was the, hey, I'm under attack sound, and I need you to pay attention to me, because I might get destroyed. That's cool. Alright, so it's saying, you know. These are cannon bots, and they're actually pretty powerful. So I'm probably going to lose a good chunk of units here. Just trying to beat my way through because of this. All this metal here has kind of just destroyed the only route, or axis route, that I've got. It looks like they've got missile bots patrolling up there, so let's... Oh, hello, tank. You got through, but you're gonna get yourself killed. You guys attack that, and then attack that. Alright. Wasn't really too hot on this idea, but I need to send my commander in there to clear up all that metal. Alright, D-cannon. Okay, and watch, I'm going to D-cannon here, and it goes, it actually, you know, will stutter step a few feet. So it's pretty cool. Again, it does more damage than anything in the game, so, you know, it can even take out a Kroggeth. And if you don't know what a Kroggeth is, you will soon enough. Kroggeths are the god of this game, and when you see a Kroggeth, when you get a Kroggeth, you feel, you know, powerful. Alright. And what's nice is that reclaim is automatically selected when you hover over something that's destroyed, so you don't really have to worry about it. Let's see how our units are doing in here. Alright. That little army lasted, I think, as long as it's going to. Let's get these guys out for now. Alright, now that that route is opened up, let's build a couple more tanks. Build a couple more tanks. I don't really think the missile trucks were actually very much needed in this. So, just clear these spurs here. Go down, and you guys just head to the center. Now they'll actually map their own way to get to this center. I shouldn't have to worry about them mapping. Okay, no, I was wrong. You guys down here. You guys don't know where the hell you're going. Even with the patch, the mapping, I guess, isn't solid enough. Probably gonna end in a dead end, but that's alright. Alright, Commander, come on. Oh. Looks like they ran into something. Here. Oh, it's just, if they make the way successfully around. All of you guys go that way. You go that way. There we go. Missile truck, you come down here. You're doing me no good up there. Hey, you guys come down here as well. Alright, Commander, come on. We're going for a walk. It's almost 5 here. Okay, that destroyed. Yeah, we've got plenty of units to take them out. Even if this is on the hardest setting, there's nothing they can do at this point. I wonder if I gave the wrong. Tell them both to move up there, and all you tanks. There. Now there should be one little light laser tower here. Even if there is, the commander will. I'll just have the commander degun it. So the tank will engage it and take the shots, and then I'll have the commander just. Now what's great is I can have the commander, you know, just fire D cannons. Oh, that didn't work. Because the closer the D gun lands to the commander, the more it will bounce. So like if I land it here, see how long it bounced? But if I fire it this way, you know, it only bounces a few feet. So there it goes. Oh. Do I have enough energy? Yes, I do. No, I don't have enough energy for... Now, the commander does have a standard gun. Oh, if there were only such an achievement. Although this is very dangerous, too. Okay. Let's not risk the commander any further. I've got all these tanks up here, might as well use this. Alright, we'll send all these guys in. Alright, commander, you can go that way. And we'll just kill everything that's left. That is an energy storage of the arm. So it's not something that we just need to worry about. Come on, Commander. And the green circle you see in the minimap around the commander is his radar. So he does have a basic radar built into him, so that's good. You know, in a level where you don't have radar. Alright, and this should be it. So I'll just decannon this energy storage. Ooh, almost just out of range. Decannon the storage. There you go. Alright, so that was our second level. That was Vermin. And we're now going on to Ambush. So if you've enjoyed this video, do check out our others at YouTube at TheWatcherAl, and do like, subscribe, and comment. If you're following us on Twitch, do subscribe so that you know that when we're streaming. We hope to see you in our next video.